Well, something first off, our first Kingsland Town TV podcast.
Yes.
The first one, joined by two partners in crime, Greg Plummer, no production, my right-hand man, and General Good Egg, Lynn New Sports Editor. Welcome along, Greg. Good to have you along for another year.
Yeah.
Good to have you back. I hope it last year, wasn't it? joining us up in there every week. And of course, helping out behind the scenes. It's a laugh. Ended well and joined by Bevan Asher. Welcome along.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're in for
a treat this year, I hope. Yeah.
heck of a roller coaster ride, I guess. Ups, downs, ins, outs, and everything.
Travelling as well. Yeah.
I think the Kingsland supporters know all about me and Greg. Just introduce yourself really to the support.
I started recording games from my iPhone from the fans' kind of perspective on away days and home games, and the Warrington video went kind of viral, and I've just kind of lived off that from then, and now started here as a videographer. So it's quite good.
That was a good afternoon on the terraces. I mean,
it was a great day. From getting here at 8:00 to getting home, I think I got home about 12. It was just living that, just quality day.
Good day. I mean, I didn't spend it with Greg. Greg, he was over on the far side of Warrington, weren't you? And I was up in the gantry there, and a pretty amazing day, really. It was an amazing weekend. I mean, we was fortunate, wasn't we, to travel up on the Friday with the team, which was good. It was good to see that environment, and there was just a little feeling there, and we chewed it really, didn't we, over and over again. Can we, can't we? But you know, when I got on the Saturday and you looked at that team, the Warrington side, there were some real big lads in there.
Yeah.
I thought, I fear here.
Well, they always say that football up north is pretty much pump the ball forward, and this year we haven't really had that. Well, last year we didn't really have that playing against us, so it was going to be a new thing for us to face, and I think we faced it well. And they did then take off their tall striker just after half time to change up their form.
We didn't have a sniff, did he?
No, he didn't have a sniff, and the moment when Gashi scored that goal, I think it was memorable. There's been some memorable moments. I've seen lots of memorable moments, but that will be up there amongst the best. It was a brilliant finish, and when I saw it with your video, I actually saw Bevan off.
Yeah.
The actual curve of that and how it went. You could.
It's because I think with the fans, after he had the header blocked and then the shot blocked, we were like, okay, that's probably it. And then when we're going to go to penalties, and we thought, well, when is this day going to end? And I'd come for the playoff final against Slough last year, and we lost in the last minute. And I was like, is this going to be deja vu? I'm going to lose this again. And obviously, Mazza steps up, scores the penalty, and then I don't think it's been credited to him, but Streety pulled off one of the best saves of the season in the first half of that extra time, 1-on-1 with their replacement striker coming on, and it was, I think we kind of knew from the crowd that was going to be one of the biggest moments of the game, and then Gashi scored in the second half, and as they say, the rest is history.
I suppose we could drool over that for the rest of the afternoon, but we're not going to, because it's gone, and we are now talking about, of course, National North League football for the new season.
Yes.
That really sounds good. I came down to the ground last night for a meeting, which we'll all hear about probably later this weekend, and the reality set in really when I saw the board at the front, which had been put up by Vanarama. Bit of sponsorship there. Proud home of Kingsland Town, members of the National League. That's when it hits you. Greg, it's a great feeling.
It's 10 years, isn't it, since we were last here, and it's been a long road. A lot has happened, but what a feeling! We're back in with the big boys now, and that's wow. It's going to be one heck of a roller coaster ride next season.
It will be. Well, we are going to just go back over what's happened over the summer. Really, initially we'll look at the players who have left us. Will Mellors, Blair. You were Will Mellors, Blair.
Yeah.
Joe Robinson has gone. Jake Kerrans we never really saw much of. Couldn't really make any kind of comment really on Jake Kerrans.
No, he was kind of didn't really get his chance.
No.
No.
Didn't really, and the same really with Will Mellors-Blair.
No, he scored that goal at St Neots, but again he was brought on when we were 4-0 up, and I think St Neots at that point, that was the day they got relegated, and I thought it was his chance, and he did score, but then after that he didn't then proceed to have any more real big moments in the season.
And Greg, Joe Robinson, surprised or again?
Not really. I mean, fantastic lad, lovely lad. Never let us down when he did play. But again,
that was probably one of the biggest ones I was shocked about, because I think with youth, because he was probably the youngest out of the lot. I think with youth, you probably would see him having a chance up in this league, and then it's like, well.
Or perhaps a bench, you could have perhaps seen him on the bench this
Squad
season.
But
and
stuff,
probably out of all of the guys who have gone, he is probably the one who, they could have kept or may have kept. But obviously they've got other people in mind.
Yeah. Just a quick one on Owen McQuaid, of course, who was out on loan at Wisbech and has also left us. I was just a touch surprised at that one. I just thought that Owen,
because he's been in and out with the first team kind of in his teens, and then he's now, like, he had a couple of loan spells, and I think he picked up an injury as well, and then he's now he was one of the people that came through, and it's kind of, you kind of want people around Kings Lynn to feel what it's like to play for Kings Lynn.
It's a difficult one, I think. I mean, you make a good point, Bevan, really, on that with him. It would be difficult, I suspect, for him to break in and hold a position.
Yeah.
You've got a midfield there.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one just to but I think whoever gets him, I don't think has he got a club yet, Greg?
I haven't seen. No,
I've seen nothing. Whoever gets the lad McQuaid is going to get a real good player, because he's a classy player.
And maybe what would be good for him if he hasn't had first team football here and he has been going to Wisbech, is maybe joining someone like a Dereham or somewhere local and getting some first team football behind his back before he then progresses up the leagues. Well, I think that's what he will. Good
example of, we had Matty Castellan here. Yeah. Gone to Dereham, and that's, sort of relaunched him a little bit.
Dion Freary. I see the pair of them signed on again for next season, haven't they? So that's the departures really. Incoming, Greg, we had a busy spell.
Well departure in Craig Parker.
Of course, how can you forget that? Bevan, you've tripped me up already, but you're right. I mean, we did, but we shouldn't have forgotten Craig
Probably
Parker.
The guy out of all of them that had the most experience at the club, played probably the most games, and was well loved by the fans.
Yes,
especially after his tremendous performance against Weymouth last year. Yeah. And obviously scoring that goal, which then led to the songs being sung from the terraces. But I think he was one of the players that I would say had the experience, but maybe I just think he lacked first team football. I think it was probably one of those choices he probably made by himself to try and go somewhere to get first team football, because this year he hadn't been played as much towards the end of the season.
No, he was very much on the fringe as well.
Yeah, he was on the fringe for a lot of that.
And I think when Jordan Richards came in, I think that was the time when he probably knew that his time probably had ended at the club. Because Jordan's come in and
that
probably
contribution shouldn't be forgotten.
No, that first season
was excellent because he was a go-to player for goals, and last year it was probably the game time. I think you're probably right. It was the game time he wasn't getting.
He reminded me, and I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. Parks was very much like Carl Holmes, who we used to have here a few years ago. Yeah. Make a lot of runs in the box. Yeah. That type of player. Yeah. The ones that fans really sort of grow in love, grow in love with, and he will be missed. He didn't have such a big impact last season, but like Mark's alluded to, you can't take away what he did in that first season.
Very good. Very good. And we shouldn't have forgotten him. So apologies, Craig, if you are by any chance listening to this, we do apologise, but you're not forgotten, really. Greg, to you really for the new signings, just the three, we had that busy Saturday, didn't we?
Very busy Saturday.
All of a sudden, where we were called into action, some supporters already starting, nothing's happening.
I think I might have even been one of them. I saw something, someone said that we only had 12 first team players, and I thought, well, it's now kind of late May, early June.
It's quite a thing, because I know that some supporters don't understand, but you cannot actually sign anybody on
until
June, I think it's the early part of June. I think if it's something like that, you can do all of it, but you can't actually physically sign them. And Norman here, he's correct in doing it. he never agrees to let anybody out who we've signed or signed until it's actually all the I's are dotted and the T's crossed, and that's the right way it's got to be. Yeah. But anyway, we did eventually get the call, Greg, and it was a busy Saturday. We were about 4 hours of re-signings, ending with 3 new signings.
And one that I'm very excited about in Sam Kelly. One of the players that growing up playing Football Manager, I've signed him for a lower league team, and he's been very good for me on that game. So I kind of hope that he brings that into playing for us. But as well as that, you've got Nathan Fox, who I've got down on my piece of paper, won player of the season last year and Sportsman of the Year. So it seems like we're going to have a very good player to replace Fraser Blake-Tracy as well.
We didn't mention Fraser, of course, did we?
No.
But of course, Fraser, of course, has taken a lot of time, and it goes without saying we wish him well at Peterborough United.
It's one of those things that when you're trying to sort out compensation for a team, you have to get the right amount and get everything sorted in place. And for him, I wish the best of luck for him.
What an opportunity.
Yeah. He really, I mean, and in Peterborough as well, Peterborough United have this record, and they've got a name for it in the game. They're going through a non-league player, making the best of them and moving them on. And, I think, lots was said about the deal. I can't say what the deal was. The deal was very, very favourable for Kings Lynn, and we have got a friendly out of it, which will be next season.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is good.
It's also a local team as well to here, so it isn't that bad for the club.
It was a great move, and I mean Sam Kelly. I just feel that is a great sign, and then for me, which I don't mind. But it looks to me as if it's just crept under the radar. No one is sort of saying too much about it. I've done a little bit of homework, and I'm looking, I think...
he was one of the players when I first saw. I was sat down after just getting out in the cricket on a really hot Saturday morning, and I thought, that is a very good sign. And I think I even tweeted out as soon as I saw the news that was the one that jumped out at me. But I've also been playing cricket with Tom Huckabee, Darren Huckabee's son, and he's played alongside Sonny Carey, and I've heard that he's a very good player as well from Wroxham.
Well, I can confirm, I don't know about the playing because we haven't seen him play, but I can say that he is as keen as mustard, Greg. Because we had a nice chat with him and his mother, didn't we? We both was down on the Saturday. Nice lad, and looking at the surroundings and what have you, and he's bought into Ian Calderhouse's.
You could just see the excitement.
You could see the excitement. He couldn't wait to get. Well, he said he couldn't wait to get.
Well, even from Wroxham to Kings Lynn, it is still quite a big jump for a young lad of his calibre. It wasn't such a shock. I thought maybe we'd get maybe a few more people like him from your Derhams, your Wisbeaches, and kind of try and attract them to playing National League football. But obviously we've still got a bit of the transfer window left.
I think it's difficult. I mean, we always say about steps up. I always think you start at the bottom of the tree, 5 to 4. You're just about. It's not too bad. 4 to 3. That's a good size step.
Yeah.
4 to 3. Step 4 to step. And step 3 to this step 2.
Is massive. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to look. I mean, a fine example about making a step up. You've only got to look at the lad at Warrington who scored 2 goals against us. Start of last season, he's playing village football.
Yeah.
So and then he's level 3, step 3. Yeah. So
non-league football throws up weird surprises. I know there's a. I think it might have been Abel Church have just signed a player that scored 53 goals.
Tall guy, I saw him. Yeah,
really tall guy, and they kind of tried to keep it under the radar, and they seemed really excited about that. And
Bevan, you won't remember Greg Will. I will say Andy Hunt. From Ash Hill, who ended up playing for Charlton Athletic.
Yeah, started village football.
Started village football at Ash Hill at Swarthmore and came to Kingsley and didn't look, for the greatest respect to Andy, like a player, did he? He was a lanky beanpole, very, very. But he turned in, and
Newcastle, obviously,
and
Ketman to Newcastle.
Newcastle. So you check your YouTube later and look for Andy Hunt.
You'll
be able to claim to fame that he actually played for.
And some of the goals he scored for Charlton and Newcastle.
He was a great player, a real great player.
But yeah, the step up from step 3 to step 2. I know that obviously we've had players that have played higher up, Gashi, Marriott, and a few other people that could have played it. Obviously, Jarvis is
for lower stuff,
and Henderson, who spoke to me about his time playing for Lowestoft in that division on my channel. But I've just got a few of Sam Kelly's previous teams that he's played for. It's got Port Vale, who are League 2, League 1. Grimsby, who have just gone up to League 2, Hamilton, who came third in the Scottish Premiership a couple of seasons ago, Braintree, who have been National League Premier, or whatever it's called, and Billericay, which was his last one. And they are a team which are trying to get pushed up the league money-wise, and he was on loan there, so it seems like they found him a good signing for them, and they were in the same division kind of as us, which we are now. So I think that's the biggest one of the 3.
Comes with a good pedigree, doesn't
he?
He
does. The other players who were here were quite sort of, I think Michael Clunan knows him and such as that. And I think that was a good signing. I've seen one or two worried people. Oh, we need a big, strong, tough tackling midfielder. I disagree.
No.
I don't think we need it. I think probably what we do need is probably a bit of defensive cover, possibly for Ryan and Rory. I think we just maybe need someone where Robinson has probably gone away from. I don't think we need too much more. I think we just need another body in there. But I don't know where this myth of you need a tough tackling midfield player or that, because the best teams who will win leagues play football.
Yes.
They will not resort to doing this, that and the other. Northern Premier League, step 3, yes, I can understand that because it is a bit rough and tough. Yeah. But Greg, didn't we saw this league 10 years ago, whenever it was 11 years ago. My goodness me, there was some good football.
Crikey.
Great football, played by big men, but they weren't bully boys or folks. No. It was real good football.
Yeah.
Well, you say about a strong tackling midfielder, you've still got Jarvis that can kind of perform that role, and alluding back again to Jordan Richards, who's probably the most consistent player on our team last year. I still can't think of time when he actually put a foot wrong last year.
No, he really came once he got his chance in the team.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think. He started having a run again when we went to, I think, Mark Barwell, wasn't it? He had a good game there.
Yeah, he did.
And from that day he just got better and better and better. And then when he played, obviously in more central role,
I think he found his sort of his position which he was favourable with, and he really turned in some performances. I thought at Warrington, I thought he was superb.
Yeah, his finish was class for that goal.
I thought he was superb. I really thought that was good. Well, just on the subject of possible signings, I've been speaking to our good friend and colleague, Mr. Back, Robbie Back, Director of Football, and he tells me that we've got 4 trialists joining us on Tuesday when we start training. I think we're training in town on Tuesday. And just one other little side issue to that you may be interested to know is that as from this year, in the winter, we will be training back at Lynn Sport on the 3G.
Oh, brilliant.
Which I think is
a very good
move. And for that, we
pitches,
will thank our chairman, Stephen Cleave, because I can tell you, I'll let you into a little secret on this one. Stephen, on the when we went to for the civic reception at the town hall, was all over the council like a rash, and every conversation was going on we have to go to Wisbech to train, and we should be in King's Lynn. And I think that really struck a note with them. And the mayor said to me afterwards, Mr. Hibberson, he said, it's wrong. He said, you're over at Wisbech. And he said, but your chairman's had a good work. So obviously thanks again, Mr. Chairman, we are training back in King's Lynn, which is good at Lynn Sport. And
that's a good
great move. Yeah. There is no way that the club should be training over at Wisbech, which I think has completely been wrong. So Backy tells me we've got 4 trialists in. And also, interestingly enough, we're talking about youth and people coming through.
Yes.
It also tells me that we've got 4 of our reserve lads, our young lads, who will be training with the first team regularly this year. Joe Taylor, Joe Gascoigne, Charlie Rudland and Owen Gilbert. Well, Owen Gilbert, I know, is under a little slight contract with the club, and that doesn't surprise me at all, because he's a real good player, Owen Gilbert. But it's good to see the likes of Joe Taylor.
What a prospect he is, by the way.
Joe Taylor, what a great player. We saw him great, didn't we? Here was that, what game was that?
Downham.
The game was Downham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And also as well, was he the guy who got the goals in that youth cup against Dereham?
Yeah.
He ran half a length of the pitch, didn't he?
Yeah.
To slot one. And that was a real good
Yeah.
game. A real good play.
The one out of them lot that I was most excited about is one that you haven't mentioned, but Joe Gascoigne.
Gascoigne.
I think if he gets...
Joe is a great player.
I think it seems like this year we're going to give the youth a bit of a kind of turn in the first team, and I think he'll be one to look out for the Kingsland fans.
And I think as well that obviously Ian does oversee all of that, but I mean, what those lads are going to get from Ian's coaching, because the coaching, I mean, I'll say it, and I've said it, you know, to Greg, and I've probably said it to you. I just felt that last year, by a country mile, we had the best coach in that league.
Well, we had a guy that played for Norwich for many years, then was assistant manager there for many years, then went to Aston Villa for a few years. He isn't someone that has just like kind of come off the street and was like, here's my footballing CV. He's one of the most experienced managers probably in this league as well, with playing time and stuff. It's going to be good to see what he does this year with the team,
because we've got some other I'll speak to you. You know, this is the type of level of football you're talking about now. Lee Clark, of course, manager at Blythe, and who's at York? Is it anybody much at York?
York is Steve Watson.
Steve Watson, Could I see yesterday that they'd actually signed the big lad who came on,
McNulty, from Tranmere.
He came on, I saw at Wembley in the only for about 10 minutes. We're playing for Tranmere in the playoff, and he really is a tank.
Yeah,
he is.
You know, he's a big lad. but you look at this and you look at
he's a journeyman, is it?
Clark and Watson and Culverhouse, and you look at that again. If he was in any doubt, you know, this is big football.
Yes, yeah.
This is big football. It really is. So it's the training, we're told, starts on Tuesday, and various launches of kit as well. Now we've seen the O'Neill kit. Well, I've actually seen a picture of it. Obviously, we won't be able to see it today, but I'll be able to show you later, as they say, in all the good pubs. Of the new kit for home and away, it does look good. O'Neill's are doing a launch on Monday of the home kit. The away kit will be launched on Tuesday, with the keeper's kit being launched on Wednesday. This will all be on our website.
Okay.
They'll be doing some promotional videos.
To that in the description for you guys.
And so you'll all be able to see what it looks like. We'll have a sneaky look at it, and we'll say and ah on that, but it does look good. It's a very, very good kit. They're well known, obviously they're an Irish firm, and I think they're involved in a lot of Gaelic football kits. I think as well. Boca Juniors, did I say?
Boca,
as well, so you know,
it's good to have them on board then, isn't it? Yeah.
Kit. So that's another little thing we've got as well there for next week, as well as, of course, just getting back to footballing matters. Wednesday, 1 o'clock, I'm told, is the release of the fixtures.
1 o'clock, all right.
Now, what are the thoughts around this table about opening day fixtures? What do we want? What are you looking for? What do you think it's going to be?
In some sense, I kind of do want a long away day, first day of the season. I think it'll be one of those days that kind of shows what preparations the club has been through over the summer, and also it'll be in August, so I'd rather do a Blythe Spartans away or a Darlington away than have it in December when it's snowing and raining up north.
I just have a feeling, just me, that it'll be Greg's turn, that it might be a trip to Edgar Street. That's my little...
That would be a tough game as well.
I can see it being one of either Hereford, Southport or Blythe.
I think it'd be one of the long ones.
I think it's going to be an away game. I just get the feeling of an away game. That's just how it is. I mean, I may be completely wrong, and if it does come out, you've heard this before, when he said that, I've got absolutely no idea. It's just a mystic ball in front of me, and I've just had But it's just how I feel. That's just how I feel it's going to end up. I really do. That's how it looks to me.
Which would then mean we'd be at home on the Tuesday night.
I think it works Tuesday and Saturdays with home games. So then of course we just say to the supporters, look, this season could be different because we've had 2 seasons where we've been winning lots and lots and lots of games. That support, of course, it's always appreciated. And you'll see the tweets I put out, we appreciate it. I always do. I've always thanked the supporters for their support. This year, even more so. Because, I'm afraid to say that we will lose a few games, more than what we have done for a few years.
It's going into a tough league.
We will do, I'm sure we will. I hope we don't. I mean, if we've only lost 2 and we're sitting there in April, well, we're going to be going up into something real big. But, I really, really do think that the supporters will be seeing a great brand of football. We haven't probably got time today to discuss it, and we may just about have time to discuss admission prices. The admission prices had to go up because the quality of football you're going to be seeing here at the Walks is going to be of a real good quality.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of big teams which have either been brought down. You've got Gateshead, who are now going to be trying to fight back against the owners and all the stuff that they had there. Obviously they're now under a consortium of fans that I've heard, and then you've got York City, who are a massive club trying to go back up, and Hereford, who have just pumped loads of money into the club. So there's a few big teams around this league. Like, you can't expect little old Kings Lynn to...
Well, it's early days, and we're just going to have a little stab at this. We haven't even trained or kicked the trainer ball yet. But I said to Greg, and I'll say it for consumption now, for me, if we're in 10th, halfway in the league, superb. Anything above that, outstanding. For me, it's just about consolidation, getting our feet under the table and seeing what this is about. I mean, we had a go at it 2008 and we just about survived on the pitch. The history of what happened afterwards was off the pitch, it's gone. So, we survived that year, we managed to do that, and that was tough.
Yeah.
This year, though, this league looks even tougher than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got ex-football, you've got Kidderminster, York,
Boston,
Chester, Southport. You can just keep going. It's tough. So
it is going to be tough,
it's not going to be walking into the Walks on a Saturday afternoon.
And expecting a win.
We've got York. 4-0. It just won't happen. It's going to be a real tough season. So we do need, and we can't stress that, and we'll be saying it every time we speak. You must get behind the lads this year because they're going to need the support home and away. Of course, at home it's crucial. If you can come on some of the long away trips, because it'll be even more appreciated.
Yes.
Win, lose or draw, the standard of football is going to be mouthwatering this season.
It will be. Yeah. It will be. So I suggest you come along and get behind us. I think we're more or less out of time by the looks of what we've got.
What I was just going to quickly do is like a last little thing. I know it's the 28th of... Is it 20th of June? It is the 20th of June. Predictions. Just as a stab in the dark, where do you think this season's going to go? Where do you think we'll finish?
A league position finish. Well, I said 10th, didn't I? Look, I'll say 11th, on middle of the shop. I think 11th.
Greg?
I'm going to go for 14th.
I did predict us to finish 14th, and I think it was in between Oxford and... I think it was Blythe, in between those two. Oxford finishing 13th and Blythe finishing 15th, and us in the middle. I don't think we'll get relegated. I hope not. But I think we'll have a season in this league and then kind of try and push on the season after.
I think it could be a season or two. Just one thing before we do go.
Yep.
I hope you've all enjoyed this at home. Listening to our first podcast. We are looking to do something in the lines of commentary on away games this season. Now, Bevan, we do need some equipment, don't we? And we're looking for a sponsor.
Yeah, we're looking for a sponsor that can kind of, not necessarily one person. I was thinking about setting up a Patreon account, and I think some of the people watching this or listening might know what one of them are. It's a monthly subscription to the club, which would probably be either £3 to £5. And if we can get as many of you on there as possible to kind of fund what we're doing, so you can be able to see the games when we go to the away games, and even commentary from Greg or myself on the long away games when you can't make it to the grounds. It would be nice. I don't know. We'll probably put some sort of business link in the email in the description to have anyone else, if they do want to sponsor us, to send us an email.
Yeah, I think it's important this season, especially with the level of football we're going to be playing at, that a lot of fans will not be able to travel, won't be able to go.
True, very true.
What we want to do is obviously keep them informed the best we can, and I think by setting up our own live commentary from away games,
Yes,
obviously with all three obviously involved in that, I think that would be a major move forward, and hopefully the fans, will, if we can't get a sponsor, then hopefully the fans will get behind us and contribute.
Hopefully, yeah. But I think that's all we've really got time for today. It's been good to have a chat with you pre-season.
Yeah.
And
brilliant.
I hope that there's going to be many more of these and try and get them out.
We'll veer it about. We'll get some players. We'll get all sorts to come and have a chat.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be very good fun, and I can't wait to share this with you on our new channel, Kings Lynn Town TV. Anyway, that's us from myself, Bevan, Greg, and Mark.
Thanking you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good stuff.